Hello there. Welcome to Vegan Spotlight. My name is John Beck. This weekend is a very special weekend for me. It's actually my veganversary, and this year I'm turning 14. Now that seems like a long time for most people, but to me it went by so fast. I've met so many incredible people and done so many incredible things just from changing my lifestyle and my diet. So I guess I'll go back to the past and tell you how I came to this moment right now. So back in 1999, I actually used to be in a band with a vegan and I had so much respect for him, but I thought, man, I don't think I could ever go vegan. Like, I was vegetarian at that point, but I really just didn't think that I could ever go vegan because he was the only vegan I ever knew. So he was really like strict about it and like super healthy and real skinny and like all that stuff. And like all he ever ate was nuts and fruit and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I don't think I could do that. I just didn't have it in me because I love to eat food. So for me, it was just kind of like, I didn't really have the knowledge at that point. And back then there really wasn't a whole lot of information about veganism. Things have changed drastically in the past 20 years. So fast forward to 2004, 2005, I started a magazine with some friends and they were all vegan. And so it was really nice to have them as support. It was great because they would put on these recipes in the magazine and I would read them and I would be like, wow, these are really good ideas. Like, I should try these things. That's actually how Vegansgiving had started, which is something we'll talk about. And it's how I met so many great people, and it was amazing. And we actually had a MySpace account. Yeah, that's how far back we're going, is the MySpace. That's where we had a huge group of people, you know. With Surrey Trees, we had our own little get-together on Thanksgiving and we called it Vegansgiving. And it was just the four of us and we hung out in this tiny little apartment dining room and just, you know, we all made our own little dishes and stuff like that. It just became this thing. We ended up moving locations and it just became this big party. We would have 40 people there and it was just incredible because people would bring food and there would be people that weren't even vegan and they were just hungry for our food. They loved it so much. So it was incredible having that kind of support even then, and it just kept growing from there. And now we have to keep getting bigger venues. Last year we did it at a church because we needed the space because it was so big. We had over 130 people, I believe, and that's a huge step from having 4 of us, you know, 14 years ago roughly, to 130 people. So it changed a lot and it's incredible. It's such a great experience and I love how everyone tries something different and everyone brings a dish and usually everything's pretty incredibly good. It's my favorite time of year and I'm always thinking about it and trying to think of ways to make things better, and it's great. I love it. So yeah, 2007 I went vegan and I never looked back. And the main reason why I even did it, not just because peer pressure, but it was more for health. I felt really sick all the time from eating dairy, and I was obviously lactose intolerant, and it was time to make a change. It was just great because I had all this energy and I was able to like do things that I hadn't done in years. I started riding my bike more. I started doing more exercising and walking, and just I lost all this weight and I just felt really good and it was awesome. The community aspect of it has been amazing too. I met so many people and started so many groups and became part of Animal Advocates of South Central Pennsylvania, and just, yeah, it's been an incredible journey meeting all these people that have the same mindset that I do. It's amazing how much things have changed in the past 20 years even, because, you know, there wasn't things like Daya and Gardein and Beyond Burgers and Impossible Burgers and stuff like that. That was not even like an idea yet at that point when I first went vegan. So it was really a challenge for me to find things that I really like to eat, because I like to eat. So I sort of became my own chef, you know, I learned how to make all these things. So yeah, my vegetarian journey was pretty interesting too. Basically, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I used to go to fur and trapper conventions to protest with my cousin, who was part of PETA, and it was wild, being that young and experiencing that, and just getting the feel for like compassion for animals, and like seeing people that didn't make that connection was so weird to me, to not want to hurt animals even back then for me. And I wasn't vegetarian yet. I didn't really go vegetarian until I was about 14, 15, and I wish I had way before that even. My cousin was a huge inspiration for me, actually, to go vegetarian. And the cool thing is now I went full circle, because now I'm vegan, and he sort of went vegan because of, not necessarily because of me, but like I helped make that push for him, which is awesome. And yeah, it's incredible like how that worked out. So a lot of my activism branched from that, and that's why I started doing other things. I got away from the whole PETA movement because I felt like they were a little too aggressive for me. So I needed something that was more educational and logical and compassionate, and not so, you know, in your face and emotional and just so angry all the time. That's why I sort of saw Animal Advocates of South Central Pennsylvania, and I was like, you know, that's totally up my alley, and I want to be around these people because they understand compassion. So it's really great to be a part of something like that. So yeah, times are obviously different right now. Things are not how they used to be with everything going on, but I'm still going to be as active as possible with the community and veganism. I'm hoping to keep doing great things. I've done cooking shows with some friends. I've done a lot of outreach, and I love doing that, and I want to keep doing that. And I hope that next year will be better. And one of the cool things also about Animal Advocates is the fact that we started doing Veg Fest, Harvest Veg Fest. That's something I always wanted to do and like be a part of, is have something like that. Because my first Veg Fest I ever went to was the Baltimore Veg Fest, I believe it was. And it was just so mind-blowing. Like, I loved it so much, and I had so much great food, and people were so nice. And I wanted something like that in New York. So the fact that we were able to do something like that as a group was just phenomenal for me. I really hope we start doing those things again. I know, like I said, times have changed, so I don't know when we will be able to. I feel good about the future, even though it's uncertain, but I think great things are coming. And I think because of everything happening right now around the world, people are starting to wake up and realize that, you know, veganism is pretty much going to save this planet and humanity, really. It makes so much sense. The science is there, and I think people are starting to wake up to that. So that's why we're going to keep doing what we do to raise awareness and try and push that. So thank you for watching Vegan Spotlight. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact us, and hopefully we can answer some of your comments. So I hope everybody stays safe and goes vegan. Thanks for watching.